8 years back in 2015 when we first met in Thailand.
Whoa!
Old school.
Guys, take a good look at the picture and see what's
Here, you can
different.
look at my beautiful hair. I got a perm at the time, which is a great idea.
Look at Ivan.
You were twice your weight.
I don't recognize you.
And yeah, I was working in China at the time, right, in Beijing, and every 3 months left the country to renew the visa. And this particular time went to Thailand for vacation, and that's where we met. We were there at the airport of baggage claim, where we got our baggage, looking at the map and figuring out where are we going on this island. Turned out we're going to the same place, Chaweng Beach. We shared a taxi, shared contact, and we met up for lunch, and it was a beautiful time. It was the first time in my life where I met a stranger and felt so connected and so close to someone in such a short amount of time. And we had a lovely time.
After having this great, amazing time in Thailand, we wanted to keep in touch. And
Why are you guys laughing?
what's fun? I missed something. Okay. While having this great time, we were like keeping in touch and texting each other every day since we met. And so I decided to visit Jason in Beijing. And that's where this great photo we did on the wall.
The Great Wall of China, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's so
And yeah, for me it was cool the first time being in China, having a tour guide guiding me through. Yeah, that was easy to dive in this beautiful culture with a Chinese tour guide.
Afterwards, I decided to visit Melanie in Switzerland.
Whoa.
And it was the first country I visited in Europe. And it was my first taste of Europe and another culture. Really, our relationship has developed a lot more than meeting another time from Beijing, now in Switzerland, and I learned much more about her family, and got more and more connected. It was a time of discovery and exploration, both in personal development and in the world, but as well as in our relationship.
And as we both love to travel, because that's how we met and we always visited each other, we traveled together. We like to travel alone, together, and also with lovely people, like this time with Jerry, where we went to Hungary, to Croatia, and to Czech Republic. Yeah, that was cool, and we love to do new things here. We were zip lining, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, fun is a little bit a lot over the top. For me, it took me a long time to get the courage to be able to go over 700 meters.
Oh my god.
Jari went first, right?
Oh wait.
I think so. Or Melanie.
Yeah, we were also, Melanie came to visit New York. We had times going to Six Flags together with Johnson as well. The relationship really got deeper and deeper. We got closer and closer through each time that we traveled. Yes. Here is, I decided to go and, oh, this one. Here, you see Jason feeding a cow. This is actually one of my favorite things to do in the summer in Switzerland. Because being from New York, there are no cows. There's not so much nature and green, and they're so friendly and cute, these cows. But this picture symbolizes me moving to Switzerland. You know, through travels, our relationship got deeper, but until I really decided to move to Switzerland to give the relationship a shot. Long distance wasn't going to work out long term, and decided to move there. And that was my first time going to Switzerland.
Living in Switzerland, you saw it already, like stereotypical mountains, snow, that's what Switzerland is about. And we both like to go and be in nature, in the winter in the mountains, in the summer by the lake. We live 5 minutes from a lake. We are swimming together in the lake. You learn swimming very well in Switzerland. And yeah, also something fun that we like to do outside in the nature.
What's up, Cap?
Is that cow average size or larger than average? It looks
So big.
really big.
It's pretty big.
I think from the angle, because it's going uphill, he looks extra big.
Sure, smaller than an American cow, I would say.
Oh, is it really?
I would say.
And of course, with traveling, we do also many different activities like scuba diving and wakeboarding or kite surfing. We like to actually learn these different sports together. And traveling the world to discover new places, discover new activities, super active, super sporty. But this picture actually is taken in Egypt. And this was a pivotal moment in our relationship because that was during COVID. And every 3 months I lived in New York and then Switzerland, back and forth, as you guys know, for about 2 years. And every 3 months I had to leave Switzerland. I had already stayed 3 months in Switzerland and had left and went to Egypt before coming back to New York. And the plan was that Melanie was going to join me in Egypt, but turned out that her father got sick and she didn't want to leave her dad in the hospital and go on vacation with her boyfriend. So she stayed, and week after week, it took a while till he got better. So she wasn't able to come to Egypt, and yet I was there enjoying in Egypt, but also at the same time suffering emotionally because I was unable to be there to support my girlfriend with her family, be there for a super important time in her life, and that's when I realized how silly and naive it was of me to want such a big wedding, a super romantic proposal, something that was so romantic and meaningful, really wasn't meaningful at all. I came to the senses that being there in person, being there with my partner, that is what's important in a relationship. So I decided next time I see her, when I'm able to go back to Switzerland, I want to get married as soon as possible. Doesn't matter how romantic or how special this wedding, I want to just get married and be able to be there.
This picture was from Egypt, but the other time we went, because since you've been to Egypt for over 1 month, right?
Yeah.
We loved it so much, and we've been now there 3 times after this. So that was then afterwards. Yeah. Genau. And on Christmas 2021, after not seeing each other for 3 months, Jason came to Switzerland again, and he arrived and he was sick. He had corona, and I had to stay 1 week at home. And after this 1 week, he felt better. And then I said, it was New Year's Eve, and I said, come, let's go out. We weren't allowed to go out, and we went out anyway. Let's go up to the mountains where nobody would be there, we wouldn't see people. And then, Jason finally proposed. It's funny because I always said, like, for years I was saying, anyway, we can just get married, that you could stay and I don't care about any wedding or something, but yeah, you now heard the story. And yeah, I was not expecting it at all. As you see, I was wearing my ugliest wedding dress and my Nike shoes, and I was really overwhelmed. I really didn't know that something like this is gonna happen that day, but I was very happy. Yeah.
Finally proposed, right? How long? You guys probably expected this already years ahead, and it took me longer than that too. It took me a longer time to figure it out. But proposed, got together, and a few months later, decided to get married. I proposed the week of, right? The week getting back, and we got married 4 months later in Switzerland. April of 29, 2022. And it was so spontaneous and so, it was the only, it was the earliest time you can book a wedding. That was the earliest available slot for a venue. And before coming back to New York, I had to get a wedding booked to be able to stay in Switzerland. So it was due to reasons to be together, and I had already decided this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with, my future, my partner, and it was a really emotional and difficult decision for me to make to lead up to this point and finally cross the bridge and tie the knot. It was so spontaneous that even the week before, the parents didn't even know. Like, that was how spontaneous the decision was to get married. We had something booked so quickly, and no friends were even invited. It was so short notice, but some friends came anyway. They were we took the elevator down, and they were there to like greet and give us a surprise, which is super nice.
The dress is not mine. I just borrowed it from someone one day before, and and the friend gifted us some flowers, and the photographer was my best friend. She said, "Hey, I'm also going to show up and make some pictures." Yeah, it was a cool day.
It turned out to be a special day because we had nothing planned, right? Super spontaneous, but her friend was a photographer. The restaurant that we had wanted to book didn't work out. I think that her sister was trying to book it and it somehow didn't get booked. But when we arrived there, they were like, "You don't have a reservation here." Oh, what? There was another wedding booked there with a live band, beautiful decorations, and they said, "Anyway, we'll get enough seats to fit you guys in." So, oh, wow. So we got this live band included in there as well, part of another wedding, beautiful decoration on the table, and then one of her friends, the videographer, made a wedding video for us as well. So all these things you probably would have planned, and we didn't plan it at all. Beautiful sunny day, we had a lovely wedding.
And now coming back, making a whole circle after talking about the last 8 years, traveling and waiting for each other and meeting each other in other countries. The last travel we did was in Brazil, where we were happy to spend the time with Tayani's family, together with Johnson and Joan, and your lovely parents were our hosts. Yeah, thank you very much. And family is for us both very important and a big part of our life, and it's so nice that we could spend now time together. All the whole family together. Yeah.
You didn't choose the naked tree picture, you chose the wild tree picture?
Yes.
So we come full circle. That was our story, our love story, our relationship when we first met up until now. And we've come full circle to meet here for a family dinner. And like she said, family is super important for us, and now that we're here, and I'm so grateful all of you value family enough to take time to come here. So everyone has busy lives, everyone has something inconvenient going on at home. So the fact that you've come, really appreciate it. So thank you so much for coming. Love has brought us together, fate, destiny, whatever you like to call it. Love brought us together, love brought all of you together, and love brings us as a family together. So thank you all. The theme tonight, love, and love all of you.
That speech was also spontaneous, like everything else we're doing. Good.
And then, Melanie would like to share some words. Yeah? So I've asked her to give like a short speech, not long, just to share whatever words that's on her mind that she would like to share to the family, share to me. It's her time to share something. And keep in mind, English isn't the first language, so it's not the easiest. Be sure to encourage her and clap and give some smiles.
Okay.
And let's see what Melanie has for us.
Yeah, Melanie.
I didn't want to do this speech, but this is Chase. So, okay. So I'm now the first one that does a speech. And yeah, because I know it's very important for Jason. We didn't say any vows on our wedding, and he likes to hear some nice words from beloved people. So yeah, I'm gonna do this for you, Jason. And Jason in general likes to speak in front of an audience or loves public speaking. That's why he also in Switzerland he joins the Toastmasters group. That is a group that is practicing public speaking, and he does this in his free time. That's not something I would do in my time when I'm off. But yeah, especially in English because it's not my mother tongue. But for you, Jason, my love, I go for it and I do it. Yeah, first of all, I also want to thank you for being here and yeah, sharing this evening with us today. And yes, I look around and see your lovely faces from the family home or family home. Yeah, just from the family. And yeah, the family I now also belong to, and I'm very grateful for this. So yeah, it's very nice to see you everyone here tonight. And as you already heard, 2015 we met in Thailand, and for me it's almost magical how two strangers from completely other cultures could meet each other and on their individual paths and then find a path together in life. And now we're sharing a path. And yeah, it was always adventurous with you, Jason, because we had in the beginning long flights, long evening WhatsApp calls, me in the morning at 2 o'clock calling you because I'm 6 hours ahead in Switzerland, and always had the heartaches of goodbye, and required a lot of patience to wait to see each other again until he got that you also got it that you want to marry and stuff like this. And yeah, but one day in the act of courage and love, Jason made that big decision to leave New York, this big, lively city, to come and live with me in Steinhausen, in Zug, a little town where whenever you go out for a stroll, you see cows, or if you pass a person, everyone will wave at you and say hello, grüezi. And if people sit together in Switzerland, they would everybody would wait for each other and say and saying Grüße. You probably also heard this from Jason before. In the beginning you found this really strange, and that are just little cultural differences, and now you are also this friendly Swiss Asian man that's walking the streets and saying hello to everyone, saying Grüße, and that's very cool. Yeah. And yeah, Jason, this your gesture of moving to Switzerland, coming to me, yeah, that's something I'm gonna appreciate for all of my life. And I know this wasn't easy for you, but it speaks for your love and the braveness you got, and yeah, it's such a gesture, more than words could ever say. And whenever I think of you, words like thoughtful, patient, and loving immediately come to my mind. And there are much more things that I could say about you, Jason. You are curious, experiencing the world full of depth and patience and passion. So, you are generous, constantly placing others before yourself. You are wise, able to view different perspectives about one thing. For example, if we would sit in a car, I would say, hey, this idiot, why is he driving so fast? And Jason would say, hey, he's not an idiot. Maybe he's in a rush, or maybe he had a bad day, or maybe his wife is pregnant on the seat and he has to drive fast. And I would say, oh, yeah, makes sense. Okay, he's not an idiot. You're right. Drive slower anyway, but yeah, you're really wise in this case. And you're also caring, listening with an open ear and an open heart, and trying to understand every person with his views. You are mindful, trying to live life in the moment, practicing meditation every day, and that's very nice. You are very inspiring. You were able to speak so many languages: English, Chinese, Spanish, and now even German. And also modest, because you would say I just speak German a little bit, but all my friends would say, wow, hey, you're so good, your German is so good, and I also think so. And you're creative, spending a lot of hours being creative in the kitchen, trying new food creations, and also in the flow of creative moment, Jason would even take out the tweezer and pick up herbs and put it like this on a piece of food. So creative he is sometimes. And you are smart, having tons of mind-blowing business ideas that also affect me, and then I'm gonna do them. You are funny, making silly faces, jokes in your loopy-droopy state. And I heard you got it from your mom. And you're analytical, constantly seeking for deeper meaning in life and in people. And that's really nice for me, because I'm really chaotic and not analytical at all. And that's so nice to have you by my side to think out things step by step. Yeah, you're great. You are interested, always learning about other people, cultures, and about life itself. And you are very social, always meeting new people, also in Switzerland, going to meetups, meeting people. And this summer you were even a tour guide in Lucerne, showing other people as a tour guide around, and a New Yorker, showing tourists from all over the world around what Switzerland is about. I think that's really amazing. And yeah, Jason, you're just amazing. And yeah, for me, Jason, you're perfect. In you, I found more than a husband. You're my best friend. You're my soulmate, my anchor in stormy seas, my companion in every adventure. And the biggest adventure is life itself. And I'm looking forward to make our adventure filled full of love, joy, happiness, fun, and gratitude. Jason, I love you to the moon and back. And now let's raise our glasses with water. Because the alcohol is over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's make our adventure one for the books. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers with water.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right. Deodorant.
Great job.
Great job. Not gonna critique it.
Thank you, Melanie.